Hello there and welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Grant Show. Do you know the difference between boundaries and walls? Now, they may seem similar, but they impact your relationships in very different ways. Boundaries are healthy. They protect your peace and they set limits on what you are comfortable with. Like taking a time out when you're upset or saying no when you just really need time to breathe and saying it without shame or without guilt. Now, let's compare and contrast walls. They seem, like I said before, they seem to be quite similar, but walls do you a disservice. Walls keep you isolated. They avoid vulnerability at all costs. Walls stop you from truly connecting with others, even when you need support the most. Let's compare and contrast here back over to boundaries. Boundaries let other people know the rules of the game, the expectations, and how they should treat you, and in turn, how you will treat and receive them. They don't keep people out. Walls do. Boundaries set expectations. Walls lower expectations and keep people out. So as you reflect on what I'm saying and you think about your life, which one are you building in each scenario? Your work, your relationships, your friendships. Which issues cause you to maybe shut down and put up a wall as opposed to just simply setting boundaries? Which scenarios, without you even knowing it, you start erecting walls instead of establishing boundaries? Now, the reason why you should care about this immensely is because of the fact that although it may feel good to erect those walls, it may feel like you pulled a fast one on someone, not intentionally, not overtly, by actually erecting those walls and not revealing a humble piece of yourself. What winds up happening is that when you look around, you begin to feel alone and isolated. You feel like you don't have anyone that you can count on. They're counting on you, but you don't feel like you can count on them. And I'm not talking about in the classic scenario of just helping you move. Always the true test of friendship, right? But I'm talking about who is your go-to person where you feel safe, like you can get sound judgment, sound advice, sound counsel. For my clients in my emotional eating and wellness practice specializes on nurturing people's mental health. This is crucial. This also can lead to, when you don't feel nurtured and nourished, this can lead to and trigger our coping mechanisms such as emotional eating and stress eating. And for some of my clients, even food addiction. Now you can swap out and exchange and substitute anything that you like. But the coping mechanism, whether it be food, drugs, alcoholism, cigarettes, sex, they're all coping mechanisms because in some aspect, many people that I talk to feel like they cannot be vulnerable. They have no one in their corner. And therefore, they don't have the tools or don't feel like they have access to the tools to help remedy a major problem in their lives. Ask yourself right now, close your eyes if you're in a place that's safe to do so. Close your eyes and really reflect on this question. When was the last time I felt nourished? When was the last time I felt free to be me? Without shame, without guilt. If you're still searching for the answer to that question, or if you began to get a little frown on your face, even if the corners of your mouth began to turn downward just a little bit, then it's time for a change. It's time for you to feel nourished and for you to begin to understand what nourishes you. Now, in subsequent episodes, I'm going to be discussing and diving deeper into the concept of nourishment. This has a lot to do with what's going on in here. And according to research studies, as well as when I work with people in my wellness practice, them beginning to identify what makes them feel nourished unlocks and also untethers them from old behaviors that were no longer working for them. They just were so trapped in the maze, they just didn't know how to get out. If that sounds like you, if you want to feel nourished, stay tuned for the next episodes of the Dr. Grant Show. Bye.